Hey guys, and welcome to the No Thank You comment show. This is gonna be a thing I do. I'm gonna forget immediately. My goal is to do once a month to reply to comments. I'm gonna reply to comments once a month. Now this first one will probably be shit because people aren't commenting with the expectation that I'm gonna reply. So they're not like asking questions and stuff like that in general. Therefore, I just sort of have to make it up as I go along. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. So let's go scroll through my comments and see if there's any good comments. Not good comments. There's plenty of good comments. The question is whether there's questions that I can actually reply to. Them like with questions or something. Stuff I want to expand on. Crimson Skull commented on the Drunk u0yknaht0n featuring Young Psy Comfy stream. Holy shit, he has friends, to which Mollyboom replied disappointed unsubbed. You are clearly a fake No Thank You fan, because Drunk u0yknaht0n featuring Young Psy is a recurring segment. This is like the third one or something, the second one at least. Young Psy has been on the show before, and back in the day I had a video called The Odyssey where I showed myself being out with a friend. So that's my two friends in real life. So there you go. The next question comes from the 2005 episode on Oh My Goddess, Ah Megami Sama, I believe it's called. I'm pretty sure I accidentally used footage of the OVA from the 90s instead of the 2005 version of the show. And that's what the comment is about. Whoops. This is a terrible video. This is a rubbish video that I'm making right now. It's because I don't know what's going on. It's because I don't know. I'm kind of sick. I think I might have got that goddamn virus. Read Higurashi and u0yknaht0n says Urfag 2 on a Phenomenon. They're on my list. I'm going to read u0yknaht0n and Higurashi. I'm going to read Higurashi and u0yknaht0n. I almost just started Higurashi, but I couldn't decide whether I wanted to watch read cross-channel or Higurashi next. So I flipped a coin and it landed on cross-channel. So I'm currently reading cross-channel. It's good so far, but I'm pretty early into it, so I'm not entirely sure. Dotesmite comments on the Dotesmite rant. I have a few more nitpicks to make, 15 minutes remaining. To be honest, those 15 minutes were also 15 minutes of a few more nitpicks. But you're right. How many caffeine pills did you take? Says Flitzpipe on I've been radicalized against rating systems. None. As far as I know. Oh, here's a one to respond to, although it was a month ago. From B. The channel name is just B, the letter B, on my YouTuber database video. B says the host and owner of Rare Earth is the son of Chris Hadfield, not brother. That is true. I clearly didn't do my research well enough. B also asks in the same comment, are you aware of Matt and Tom's own channel? I am aware of Matt's channel, but I don't think it's particularly interesting. Yeah, it's alright. He has a couple of good videos, but I don't think his channel is particularly worthy. Nor do I think his channel, Will It Soft Serve, is particularly great either. It's kind of boring. Did you watch the documentary about Alalilia? If you mean the documentary The Platform Master, yes, I did watch it. It was good. Um, Continuing down my thing. I should probably. This is a low effort video. I'm reaching a new bottom. This is what YouTubers do when they run out of content. They just start making comment responses, right? DJ Enzyme 1 month ago on my TikTok Witches Hex the Moon and People Are Upset video says, I honestly think they're suffering from schizophrenia. No, they would be way more based if they were suffering from schizophrenia. There's very few people in the world Oh, now I'm just in the TikTok Witches comments. If that's funny. 1 month ago, Shock Jockey commented on my Baby Metal is Death Grips video. It's called Megitsune, not Mega Kitsune. This is true. It's a shame that I messed that up. But I was very tired. In my defense, I hadn't slept in a long time. I'm trying to skip all the TikTok Witches comments because it's bad. Does AniTube count as otaku media? No, because you can't. You could be an otaku about AniTube, but you would have to be an idiot. So I'm not going to count it, and it's my video, so I get to choose. Because AniTube isn't really targeted at otaku. A proper otaku, like someone who's really, really deep into otaku shit. Sorry, that was probably really loud because I just hit the phone. Yeah, people who are really into otaku shit probably know everything that an AniTuber would say. Like, I don't know, let me think. I don't even know what AniTubers exist. Like, the Anime Man, right? Like, his videos are mostly really normie tier. So if you're an actual otaku, like, the chances are you're not going to find that stuff very interesting. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily otaku media because I don't think it's targeted at otaku. But at the same time, you could make an argument that it is otaku media because it's anime adjacent. The only thing is that, or because it's made by otaku, but I think maybe some are and some aren't. You could also make the argument that you could be an otaku about AniTube, like Shabes. However, he's an idiot, and therefore I don't want to think of his existence. Continuing. Ah, 2 months ago, someone said, I appreciate this analysis. I haven't checked out your channel yet, but you seem to be very knowledgeable on different corners, groups, and ideologies on the internet. Should do more like this. You'll never run out of content. Heh. I think I may want to do that. That if you watch the last Under u0yknaht0n's Bed, where I talk about wanting to make videos like the Drago One Frogger video, that was basically the idea, is to do some sort of like deep dives into these niche internet communities. But the only reason I don't want to do it is because I don't want to be the guy that brings a bunch of new people into any internet communities. Like, that would be the worst possible thing. Like, at some of these places, they gatekeep themselves heavily for a reason. Like, if a bunch of new people, I mean, not that my channel's big enough to cause a bunch of new people to come, but basically I just don't want to be that guy, right? It'd be like, I don't know, you guys probably, like when Anthony Fantano reviews an obscure band and now suddenly all the Fantano fans are commenting, thanks Melon, under all of the videos. I mean, obviously I'm not that big, but I don't want to be that guy. So I may still do it, but I just want to be very careful with how I do it. Um, oh yeah, Secret Star, 2 months ago, uh, corrected me on my video. The Stoics are right. Stoics are wrong. The Schizos are right. Starr said, the problem is with the materialist left, not the Hegelian left, because materialism necessarily relies upon the relinquishment of the kind of subjectivity you're talking about. There's a reason so many of those people refer to their ideology as scientific in quotations, while at the same time the existing socialist states have a tendency to lock people up in mental hospitals for dissent. When you're that enveloped in the spectacle of traditional narrative structures, of shutting out the world of ideas and the non-material, bound to fall into this kind of religiosity that would lead to the unfair treatment of the mentally ill or unfair characterizations of people as mentally ill that you're referring to. The more Hegelian you are, the less you present this trend, however, because Hegelianism was mainly about understanding how ideas form. All theses must have an antithesis, and the two clash to create a synthesis. It was Marx who took this concept and applied it to how societies are materially formed, rejecting the idea that ideas form reality, but rather reality forms ideas. Hegel was more like Descartes, I think, therefore I am. Marx was more like, I don't know who the fuck materialists were, but he was one of those. I am, therefore I think. Anyway, the orthodox Marxists aren't more Hegelian, they're more materialist. This is 100% true. I literally just said Hegelian because I didn't know what I was talking about. But if I'd thought about it for a split second, I would have realized what you posted. So yeah, thank you for commenting that because it's a good correction. I just wanted to bring it up because yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I should have just kept my mouth shut. Um, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to u0yknaht0n for doing the timestamps on my databasing every music I've made video. Still shouts out to you. That must have been a lot of effort. Um, keep going. I'm still going. Digibro and Diginay comments on my video analysis video. Digibro and Digimo and Digimo says, I consider all communication to be inherently manipulation, even if it's just trying to get you to believe that I think what I do, or at least a close approximation of it, for us to work together in service of a goal we can agree on. If anything, part of the difficulty is communicating for me is figuring out how to empower the person I'm talking to enough for me to literally not feel like I'm manipulating them. I feel like this is obvious that all communication is inherently manipulative. I think that's kind of a surface level analysis, Digibro and Diginay. The reason I think this is because it's not merely manipulation, but it's more so status signaling. All communication is people trying to, and regardless of whether you want to or not, anytime you express anything externally, it is status signaling. You are signaling, you're trying to signal like, you know, a certain social status that you either have, wish you had, or don't want to have, right? Want to distance yourself from. And so I think that's a little bit different from pure manipulation because sometimes, for example, I mean, it's a little more nuanced than just saying manipulation. So, for example, if I was listening to you talk and I was just nodding and sitting there and going, oh, yeah, 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 right? You could say that's manipulation, but more accurately, it's signaling that I am listening to, I want to listen to what you're saying, right? It's not the same as, I mean, you could say it's manipulating you to keep talking because I'm interested, but is it manipulation when it's simply going with what the other person already wants to do? Yes and no. It's what I'm saying is I think this is an overly simplistic take on how manipulative language is. I think also language isn't capable of manipulating some things, where it's very capable of manipulating other things, and this is too complicated for me to talk about right now. But I feel you in your final point about a lot of the difficulty of trying to communicate with other people comes from trying to empower them to not feel manipulated. I think you got to let that go, because you're always going to be manipulating people. And if they feel like that, then they just don't understand you in the first place, and they're not worth communicating with. 3 months ago, Tramp Stamp comments on my day in the life video. Stop touching your beard so much. If you get axed from COVID, we'll know why. It's called a stim. I have autism. William A. comments on the same video. Very comfy video. What uni do you go to and what do you study? I am not going to say what uni I go to, because that would be doxing myself. I study music production. I'm going to stop after this comment, because we're getting to like 3 months ago. I think we're pretty far enough back. I actually, maybe I should just have a sacred cow part of the episode. Nah, I'll just leave it here. If there's not enough comments by next month, I will do a Sacred Cow special where I just read comments from the Sacred Cow. Or I might do a TikTok Witches special. I could do a lot of things with this show. See, no wonder YouTubers are always doing fucking reply and reaction shows, because it's the easiest thing in the world. This is why Jax Films is a genius, because he made some funny videos in the 2000s, and then he just found a way to make his audience generate infinite content for him, and he just makes infinite money from it. He's a genius. Funhouse do it also, although they mostly just use the comments as like material to riff on, to like do improv to, basically just like a starting idea to have a little improv thing, which is still good, because those are that's kind of the hardest part. Anyway, Benjamin comments on my Girls Bravo Season 2 review. Your Name does body swap pretty well. Your Name is a terrible film. Kill yourself. I think that might be it. I think that might be where we stop. Unless I see anything else interesting. Maybe I should just have read every single comment. Luna PS says, really helpful video. Modeling other people's brains is something I struggle with, so specific layers is actually useful with regards to creating better models. Thank you very much. That's why I made the video. I'm glad that it helped someone. That was the entire point. I was like, I've known this for a while, but I was quite drunk, and I was quite manic, pacing around the room, and suddenly it sort of clicked into my head, like, I need to linguistically explain this to people, because I feel like other people don't know what I'm talking about when I say, like, I'm modeling them, or the different layers of consciousness, that sort of thing. So that's why I made that video. And I was hoping that maybe some fellow autistic idiots, fellow autistic retards can get something out of it. Because, yeah, only autistic people care about this stuff, which is why only autistic people make any good art. Because neurotypicals don't need to think about it. And so because they don't need to think about it, they never examine it, and they make nothing interesting. Yeah. I'm thinking my next video will, this is filler. Maybe not my next video, but I just want to say basically that these filler videos I'm making now, the ones where I'm just sort of talking into my camera as if it's a microphone, not pointing at anything. These are like filler videos because I'm very busy right now, and by very busy I mean I've done this entirely to myself. I decided to just I basically have too many autisms. I'm currently autistically into too many things, and I can't do them all. Like I have no time left in my day to make YouTube videos and stuff, because I am literally just autistically doing everything I can autistically be doing. So I'm culling things soon. I've already culled 4chan. I no longer go on. I started going on 4chan again, and it was actually much better than I thought it would be. 4chan's been bad for a long time, but it seems like 4chan has got, maybe not every board. R9K is my main board. It's not the same as it used to be. It's definitely very different. For example, I remember back in the day, like 2015 or whatever, 2014 or whatever, I used to post about drugs, and everyone used to be like, you goddamn junkie, fucking get the fuck out of here. Like everyone hated drug users. And now there's a drug feels thread every single day on R9K, which is pretty crazy transition. I was making threads back in the day. Like, guys, drugs are like the ultimate fucking, the perfect hobby for Hiki to have, or for a NEET to have. Like, they're not super expensive. You don't have to do them with anyone else. They're fun by yourself, and they stop you from being depressed, which is the one thing we all are. And they stop you from doing, like, it's like the perfect thing, and everyone's like morally against it for no reason. What's wrong with you? And everyone was like, but drugs are bad. And now everyone's into drugs, and I'm like, fuck, why couldn't this have happened when I was being based? Um, but anyway, so I'm no longer going on 4chan because it was just like, it's all right, but at the end of the day, 4chan's 4chan. It's the same shit, different day. You're not missing too much by. I mean, as long as you've absorbed Chan culture at some point in your life, you're not really missing too much from not going on NK every day. I don't think that's really gonna be a serious downside on your life if you just stop going on NK every day. Uh, yeah, so that's the first thing I've cut out. Um, should I just talk about my autistic obsessions? Is this a podcast now? No, this video's too fucking long already. But I kind of want to talk about Sonic. I'm gonna make my own. You'll see the Sonic video soon enough. You'll see the Sonic video soon enough. Okay, so my next video, Sonic video. You'll see. You will fucking see. Next video, Sonic video. I promise you that. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. Next video, Sonic video. Boom. Fuck you.